Okay, I just got the little ding that it shows that we're live, and hopefully it'll share out and we'll start getting some more people in the chat. But yes, but I always like to go ahead and take a second here to thank everyone that watches the replay, because I do have several friends who like to go back and watch it because they're not available at this time. So hi everybody, and thanks for coming and watching. Today I have a guest, Vanessa with Nessa's Nook, and we're going to be talking to her throughout the evening and getting to know her a little bit better. But first, I see that we've got Michelle here in the chat. So, hey, Michelle, she is my super mod. And Michelle, I don't even know how to do it, but somehow I've got it starred so I can bring it back up. But maybe someone will teach me how to I can't get it to tack at the top or whatever it's called, because I would like to also, oh no, I just lost one I starred. I also want to put Nessa's YouTube link. I'd like to pin it to the top, but I can't figure out how. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly, welcome.
Hi.
I'm going to try to star this one again. Okay, good. So at least I can go back to it at the end of the day. So maybe for now, I'll just leave this at the bottom here so people can see. If you're not familiar with her, I want them to be able to have easy access to a link to get to your page.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Now, will I be able to see stuff over here on the chat?
Yes, you should be able to see the chat. So like to your right, you should see that I've typed some stuff in, Michelle and Suburban Hillbilly. Can you see all that?
No, not yet. Hold on.
Are you on?
There we go.
Okay. I was going to say, depending on where you go, you might be in the part where it's the private chat too, because there's a place where I could like type you a message privately. So you can go back and forth.
I've never done this before, you guys, so
I'm so excited. This is her first StreamYard Live, and it's on my channel. That's great. Hey, Tony. How are you this evening? We are all just saying our hellos, and I'm welcoming in my guest. So I'm going to take that down. I'll figure out how to, one of these days, I did it once. I'll figure out how to pin that to the top, hopefully. So Vanessa, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started in YouTube?
Well, years and years ago, about 7 years ago, I started my YouTube, but I didn't do anything with it because people's always said, well, the things that you do, the canning, the cooking, the stuff that I do, that I should start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, well, I'm not that computer literate thing as far as YouTube wise. So I didn't really know what to do. So I made one video 7 years ago and then I didn't do anything. And I had somebody here when we had an active Airbnb and he's like, I can help you. So I made 2 videos. So then I had 3 videos out in 7 years. And then, while I was off, when I was off on sick leave last year, I was bored. My sister's like, well, you should redo your channel. I'm like, well, I didn't think anybody was going to accept me because I had my trach. And I said, well, I didn't know if people would like, oh my gosh, stay away because, you're deformed or something. But I had the time. So I was keeping myself busy doing that, keeping myself busy because I wasn't working at the time. So, and that's now here I am.
So, do you work outside of the home now?
I've always worked outside of the home. I work for the state of Michigan. I work from home, but I work for the state of Michigan. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice that you can be at home. So the whole pandemic thing, it didn't really affect you any. You just kept on doing what you always do.
Yep, but I got sick. We both got sick, but yeah.
And that's why you ended up with the trach, or was that before?
Yeah. They had me vented, I guess, and then
Uh-huh.
they trached me. I didn't know. My husband, he was sick too. He's looking at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" But I got sick, and we went into the hospital. I had a 58 oxygen that night. This was January 9th, I believe. And I remember pulling up to the hospital, and then I woke up and it was March
Oh,
with
wow.
a
That's
trach.
unreal.
Yeah,
Unreal.
yeah. So I have had to have 2 surgeries to. Um, Hi, Melanie. I've had to have 2 surgeries to redo my vocal cords so I could talk because the trach or the vent paralyzed my vocal cords.
So, yeah, that was quite a challenge then to
Yeah.
get through. But you just kind of made videos when you felt like doing it then?
Yeah. Usually about once a day, sometimes a couple times a day, 4 times a
Oh,
day,
wow.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, if I was had a whole bunch of time and something was easy, then I just went ahead and just made video after video, and I try to put one out every day usually.
Okay, Suburban Hillbilly, before you leave, you got to tell us what you're cooking for supper. um, Michelle says that sounds rough.
Yes,
Yeah,
I see that.
yeah,
It's not something I would want to wish on anyone.
yeah. I don't think so. So, you told us kind of how you started making videos and how it went there. How did you come up with your channel name?
Um, because my real name is Vanessa, and I don't like it. I was always called Ness or Nessa
Okay.
from my parents. So we was trying to think of just something to go with Nessa, but I wanted to be able to do all the videos like the cook, the clean, the hints, it's usually mostly cooking right now, but it's
Everything
kind
you're
of
all about.
huh?
Yeah. You wanted it to be everything you're all about.
Yeah, so a Nook kind of made everything, so it became Nessa's
Yeah.
Nook.
I like it. So I've been calling you Vanessa this whole time because that's what like my emails and stuff, everything, we've talked. And so I've advertised to you. So I shouldn't have been maybe saying that if it's you hate that name. I
Well,
apologize if I offended you.
it's spelt wrong. My mom and dad, well, at least I would blame my mom. My sister, Chris, over at City Girl Homestead, she's Carissa with the IA
Okay.
on the end. But
Yes.
I'm Vanessa with the IA.
Yeah.
My mom never even left Michigan when she had us. So I don't know what kind of fancy name she thought she was giving us, but people pronounce it wrong and they call me Vanessia.
Well, that's what I thought it was
Oh,
until then I saw Nessa and I was like, I bet it's Vanessa.
yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Just the I is silent. Just if she would let the I out, I would have liked it better,
Yeah.
but I would like to I love the name Anessa.
I thought you were starting to kind of incorporate that into some of your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like
Hey,
that.
Dark Lord Minute. Welcome. We are just kind of getting to know Nessa a little bit more. It's going to be really hard for me to switch to Nessa.
It's whatever you want to call me. Late for
You won't,
dinner. Hey, you.
yeah. You won't get too angry then. Okay, good. And so that's cool. I like that because that's kind of the way I did with my name. I started out as a blogger years ago, and I wanted my name to tell people a little bit about me without having to explain myself. So I thought, well, inquisitive means, curious, I like to learn, I like to do things. So I get that. I love it. Michelle loves your accent. Yes.
Oh, thanks. Kind of cloggy today, but sorry.
I'm sure you still probably have days where things are just
Yes.
a little rough. Probably by the time we're done talking, you won't feel like talking anymore the rest of the evening. I'm sure you'll be a little wore out from it.
Well, I can talk longer than I used to be able to, but if I've talked all day, then it gets really rough at night. But it's just
Suburban Hillbilly.
the weather doesn't help that, the seasons change like it does.
I'm sure.
You
Sure.
know, Suburban. It's kind of funny. My sister's not on here, but I used to be called Messy Nessie.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Now, if the dogs start barking, I will mute and you'll have to start singing and dancing for us. But no, I'm just teasing. But you can just talk to them. So far, they seem to be okay. And all I hear is the peacocks getting riled up. But I asked my husband to shake the hay bale for me for, I call them the teenagers. I've got a couple of calves, heifers, and the quality of hay I got this last time, we're using the very last bale of this horrible hay I got. And the tree limbs are so wrapped up so tight in there, I can't even spread it apart. So like I can't even put a new bale in there. So I'm like, if you can take that bobcat and work it over and try to shake things up. So if they start barking, I may have to mute it, but I don't think they know he's out there. I can hear him and evidently they can't. So hopefully. Hey, I think we have a new one in the house. Good evening, Joey.
Hi.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So tell us a little bit about, you've got a couple of collaborations going on. I'd first like to talk about the nostalgic meals because it actually started last month. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about all that.
Well, I try to think of different things to do the collabs for, and that collab is actually, even if you are just on YouTube and you don't have a channel, you can still get into either one of my collabs that I have going on because you don't have to have a channel to do that for me, you know. But what that is I thought about that. Melanie and I at a godly home, and she was talking about old-fashioned meals and things that's like brings back really good memories. And I'm like, why don't we just do a collab on that? And it didn't. I mean, I got people last month, don't get me wrong, but it didn't have all the people do the videos that they were supposed to do. She says, why don't we just move that all the way over to May so we can get more videos in there? And so it's anything that, you know, like your mom or your grandma, your auntie, or somebody made a meal or a treat. And what happens to bring back just good memories when you smell it or you taste it, or there goes the dogs. So whatever meal or treat that you have really good memories associated with. And if you want to be in it and you don't have a channel, then all you'd have to do is you can email me at Nessa's Nook 0713@gmail, and I could take the picture, you know, your picture or your recipe and just make up a little video, and then you're in the collab too. Are you on mute?
There. So I think they're going to be quiet for a second here. So I do have this link. I don't know how to pin it at the top, but it is towards the top if you want the actual link.
But it's Nessa's Nook is the video or the channel.
They're Big Valley Living got it for us too. So
thanks, Tony.
Family is home. Wee. It gets crazy. I think that maybe the neighbor, because the dogs are now looking at this anyway, they're looking in the opposite direction of where the farmer is. So I'm thinking maybe my daughter's gone on a walk or the neighbors are doing something in their field. I don't know. So I apologize. I will have to mute because when they get going, they get loud. So anyway, I was one of those people, and I told you, I was like, I'm going to be at the end of the month. And I think a lot of people ended up being at the end of the month. And I actually... You can even hear the peacocks. They get worked up. Then the dogs get worked up. So I ended up actually going over into May myself, and I did it on the 1st, I believe.
Yeah. And, that looks so yummy.
Okay, farmers in the house. Maybe they'll settle down now. Thank you. I'm glad. I remember doing the video and I thought, she's gonna hate me because I'm doing these biscuits, and I was hoping that it didn't pop and freak you out because I remember you
Only when I
saying,
do.
okay, because I remember you saying you hated that. I was like, oh great, she's gonna really like me
I
now.
scream like a little girl every time it pops. And if my husband opens it or my daughter opens it, somebody else opens it, I'll cook with them. But I don't like to open them. It's weird.
Hey, Renee. Oh boy. So there has been some really nice recipes, and do you have a oh, I can't think. It's towards the end of the day, guys. I want to say list. Why am I wanting to say? You've got the hashtag.
Yeah.
Nostalgic meals and treats, but do you have a playlist? That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, there's a playlist. That has everybody.
Okay, so everyone can go to your page and click the playlist tab and see all the videos that everyone has posted.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's a great way to find it. And then do I remember you're having a giveaway for this one?
I don't know exactly what I'm giving away yet.
Okay.
But the giveaway is going to be, I believe, June 6th or something like that.
That's my birthday.
I was talking to Natasha over at the Budget Prepper. She's been helping me with that. She's the one that made my thumbnails for me and stuff like that because nice. I'm not super thumbnail-y person, you know. I'm still learning, you know.
Me too.
And so she's going to help me with that, and I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do like the contest like I did before, where I just, you know, how that random thing like you did with the freeze dryer. I don't know for sure if I want to just do something like that, or if it's just everybody, all the comments, or I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't even know what the prize is going to be yet, because she was saying, well, we could put something in there too, but you know, it's not her collab. I don't expect anybody to, you know, give money or anything away. So
sure. Well, I'm sure that on your community tab, when it gets closer to time, come June, you'll be advertising so that all of the people that are commenting and supporting all of us creators will know what to look for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the second one, that $5 in $5 or 5 minutes, that doesn't have a prize on that one, and that's just going to go for probably as long as anybody wants to add things to it. And that is just any meal that is $5 or less, you know, even if it's just single meal or a prep meal or whatever have you. And then anything that can be made in 5 minutes or less, you know, like prep time, not necessarily cook time. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you throw everything like in your pressure cooker or whatever like that, to me, that's, you just throw it in and it's cooking, you know, so like a dump meal type thing.
Hands-free. Yeah. And I actually have my recipe recorded for that. Hey, thanks, Renee. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if everyone wants to, I guess I even have a banner if I can figure it out. If everyone will please give me a thumbs up, and if you have a minute, share out the video or share out the live so that we can get more friends in here to join us on the great conversation. Shameless plug. Okay.
See, I always forget to do the share, subscribe, and like thing.
Yeah. We'll leave that on just for a minute or so. Oops, what button did I push wrong? So Bethy Boo, I think, is new here. I don't remember seeing you in the chat before. So welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay, so back to your second collaboration, the $5. Okay, so did you figure out a hashtag for it?
Yeah, it's
$.
Yeah, because didn't you tell me that was wrong?
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't realize it, but it's hashtag 5 minutes or $5.
So you're just using the word dollars instead of the hash, instead of the $sign. Okay, cool. Because I want to get my video out. I think it's going to come out. I have it in my head the 22nd, but that might be another video. But it was going to be the nostalgic meal, and then, you know, I changed my mind at the store. And so I was like, I got to make this monkey bread. It's just on my mind. It just reminded me of, it was nostalgic. That's what nostalgia is to me, reminding you of former times, that made you happy. So that's what the monkey bread was for me. So I have a different recipe that'll come out for the $5, 5 minutes or $5 video.
Yeah. I don't know for sure. I see Melanie's in here. Melanie, can you do the hashtag on that since that's part her too? We're in that together. Melanie at a Godly Home.
Sure. Usually she can try. The hashtag should probably be, hashtag she could put in there, no problem. Yeah. It's just links have to be done by a moderator.
Okay.
But here I could try it. The first one is nostalgic meals and treats.
It's right? It's hashtag 2023.
Oh,
nostalgic meals and treats.
Did I do it wrong? Okay, I'll try it again. Is it 2023 afterwards? I don't think I did it right.
Hashtag 2023 nostalgic meals and treats.
Oh, I may have to go fix my video. I don't think I did it right.
Well, I put you in the collab anyways.
You're sweet.
I know.
There we go. Oh, Derek. It'll turn you into a monkey after you eat it. We've been eating on it all week. I finally finished the rest of it off for breakfast this morning. I even pawned some off on a friend last night.
Thank you, Melanie.
Oh, there we go. Here it is. $5 meal. See, I was going to say it wrong too. I was going to do dollars. And now back to that collaboration. Isn't she co-hosting it with you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So they could probably go to either one of your pages and check out the playlist there.
You have I'm pretty sure Melanie has one. I didn't check on her playlist.
She can just say yes or no on whether or not. But I'm excited about that one too, because people are really feeling the crunch right now of prices. And we were talking behind the scenes before we went live about the future and what prices could do and what things could happen to us. And so it's kind of, I think that's going to be a great collab to be watching for, because people are always short on money, but they're always short on time too. So quick things are going to be very handy. Oh, okay. Well, no pressure. Thanks, I just wanted to make sure that if you did have one, that I want to send people to your channel also, because I thought I understood that you were co-hosting that one.
Yes.
So anyway, I want to.
But I think I'm going to leave that one going longer because I don't think it's going to just pick up enough momentum on a month. And because of the prices of things, I just think that could be something that can just, as you think of stuff, throw it in there.
This might, gosh, what's the first day of summer isn't even until, it's in June sometime.
The 22nd.
I want to say the 20th, but March 20th is spring, because that's my daddy's birthday. So I always remember that. But the first official day of summer isn't until June sometime. So anyway, I was going to say it could be a spring and summer thingy, maybe.
Well, the kids
there we go. Thank you. Look at you. Michelle is like the best moderator ever. I don't know how I got so lucky to get her to do this for me. We've still got a good half hour here on my channel, so don't leave by any means. But I'm going to put her link below, because she has a live right after I have a live. And I always tell everyone to go give a love read to Michelle, because she always has great stuff to talk about too. But thank you, Michelle, for that. I appreciate that. She's good with this stuff. I'm kind of learning a little bit of this technology. I found out what I was doing wrong last week, why I couldn't get the links to load. I was
I don't know how to do any of this.
Too difficult for myself. I don't know about that, Michelle. I think that you're pretty awesome.
I
So
think
let's
it's great how we can all have our own channels, and you would think that we'd be fighting against, oh, I don't want you to take my subscriber, but we all come together
no.
so nice. I just
That
love it.
there is a community. I mean, I don't know all the YouTubers by any means. Like
Yeah.
you were talking about like teen baby mamas and all this, and I'm like, I don't watch that stuff, so I'm clueless on
My
that
daughter
stuff.
did. That's how I knew.
Yeah. And so, but the group that I watch and I'm participating in collaborations with and stuff, I mean, that's how we met, was through a collab.
Yeah.
And I just love the community that we do want to build each other up and we
Yeah.
do want to support. And that's so funny because a couple of ladies that are in this chat right now, I sent a text to this morning with my daily scripture because it just hit perfectly with that exact thought of how we are to build each other up and be supportive. And so that's pretty cool. I do
Well,
love
if you
that.
can't do that, what's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah. And it's not like you're taking subscribers. Like I'm not
no.
taking one of your subscribers. You're not taking one of mine. They can watch both of us and enjoy both of our content just as
Yep.
much. And it makes it funner for everyone involved, I think.
I think so too.
Because not everyone does the same thing. Like my monkey bread, I had no idea that a lot of people don't dip the biscuit in the butter and then the cinnamon sugar. I just thought that's the way it was supposed to do. And then I got online to look up some recipes because I couldn't remember for sure how long to bake it. And I'm like, what? These people are just like making the butter sugar sauce and pouring over it. And so it's kind of neat to see how everyone does things differently.
Well, that's what Melanie and I were talking about earlier. That even though, if we did both like a hamburger, the way you might cook a hamburger is different than the way I might cook a hamburger, it's not just, I wasn't saying a hamburger per se, but that way people can have multiple meals of the same thing, but I might do it differently than you. So
yeah,
I think it all works out.
Yeah. Thanks, Michelle. I wish you were closer. I would have had you over for coffee and some monkey bread. I wish I could have all my friends over for some. Oh my. So, what other things have you got going on your channel right now? Behind you, you were telling me, you want to tell everybody what that bright light is behind you?
It's an alien. No,
Yeah, I know.
That's a couple of them has died, but that's 96 tomato plants behind
96.
me.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And then I took, because Melanie sent me some seeds, so some of her seeds are here from Maine. And then I tried to take them because a whole bunch of them, I must have been sleeping when I was planting my stuff. And I have another 35 of them sitting over here. And there's still some that has double seedlings, but they weren't big enough to transplant.
Oh.
And then over here, I know you guys can't see it, but over here I have about 60 green pepper plants, 30 banana peppers, 30 hatch peppers, and 30 jalapenos. And I still got to plant my cucumbers and zucchinis, but.
So will you actually get all these in containers or in the ground or anything like that? So all 96 plus tomatoes you plan to actually grow?
A good 100, yes.
Wow. That's going to be big.
Yeah, I'm taking up if you guys have watched the one video on mine and it talks about the 2023 video, and I took like a thing of my yard, I'm going to take like the whole fence line, which is over 150 feet of fence line is going to be tomatoes. And then my husband says, oh, well, why don't you take this part of the yard? I'm like, oh, more garden.
Yes.
So I'm just going to move that just into a triangle of tomatoes, because when they're in lines, it's very hard for me, and especially now bending over still, even though I don't have the trach, that bending over is still hard, where if it's just in a lane, in a against something or whatever, that's just a lot easier for me to just see than to try to dig down there and try to see everything. So he's lining everything up along the fence for me and gonna make a little triangle.
Tack the tomato plants to the fence so they'll stay upright too.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. So I have a good friend who they do that on purpose. They take cattle panels and then they have a row. They don't use tomato cages. They just have a row along those I don't know if they plant one plant and it chooses one side or the other to go up, or if they have one on each side. Probably one plant and then it just like alternates
Yeah.
which side. But they have it growing up on those cattle panels and it works great. It really
Yeah.
does. It's almost less hectic than the tomato cages. So I think you'll have great success with
I
that.
don't think I've ever used the tomato cages because I plant too many tomatoes.
I know.
But
My
I
cages are
have like those
like
they're like those nets that goes out to about like 8 foot wide that
okay.
they can crawl up on.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
okay.
be
Yeah.
tacking that to my fence and they'll go
Oh,
up that
yeah.
way too.
Good idea. Yeah.
So I'm trying to do things on a budget because, last year, I was off for 7 months. Thankfully, I had long-term disability, but my husband did not have long or short-term disability, and he was off for 3 months. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
trying to still catch up on everything. And if you can, because I want to do so much more, and I wanted to have all these fancy raised beds this year, and I'm like, well, that costs a lot of money to fill them, and
Does. And just
yeah,
to buy
so
them, if you buy them, even making them. So,
yeah.
yeah, I think it does sound like a salsa extravaganza, Derek. And Michelle says she uses the cattle panels. And then
I
A
wanted,
Godly Home is on it. Playlist is up.
yay!
You were fast, friend.
She's
That's
such a great
awesome.
girl. If you guys get a chance, check out her channel. I mean, she's so wonderful. She's been such a good friend. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping because what she wants is I've sent her some freeze dried stuff and I'm gonna be making up another box because now she wants some more ice cream. But
I've never done ice cream yet. Can you believe it?
she loves it. She goes, the astronauts are getting hungry for some more ice cream. But I sent her some sliced tomatoes that I had freeze dried. And she said her son, if I'm not mistaken, prefers the freeze dried ones because they don't slide off your sandwiches.
Oh, I never thought about using them that way. I take them and I'll put basil on them and freeze dry them like that and then use them like croutons in my salad.
Oh, I bet that'd be good.
So good.
And I chopped up some small ones and I put it in my Alfredo and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I want to buy some of the cattle panels, but obviously that was not in the cards this year. So
Sure. I love my freeze-dried stuff, except for my celery. I'm still working on that one. I'm not a huge fan of the freeze-dried celery. I don't like it dehydrated either. I don't like dehydrated carrots very well either. So maybe it's just me.
see, I think the celery tastes okay to me.
Mine was chewy, and I don't know if it was just the way I prepped it before I freeze-dried it. So I'll try it again.
I just right from there to, I don't know if sometimes if I freeze it first.
I think mine had gotten a little frozen in the back of the fridge before I chopped it. And then, of course, but I thought, oh, it would be harmless because you're going to freeze it anyway, right? And then to freeze dry it. So I kind of think it just maybe it was too much. I don't know. I've had other people say they weren't happy with it either, even the store-bought freeze-dried celery. They've tried both ways. So I don't know. Oh, Michelle, good idea. Maybe try blanching. I might try that sometime too, because I know when I was dehydrating, certain things definitely did do better blanched first. So good idea, Michelle. Hey, Ginger's here. So good to see you.
Yeah, it's hard to really find everything that you want to try, with a freeze dryer and stuff like that. And it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there empty right now.
Mine was, and last night I had it running, and we had a brownout. But it picked right back up and started running again. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I had candy in there, so it wasn't like it was a big deal. It wasn't anything, I was planning on saving. It was just I was going to do some peach rings. My son loves peach rings, and they just didn't finish right. So no big deal. He'll eat them either way. So.
Yeah, I've not been really too happy with most of the candy that I've tried. I didn't really like the ice cream much either.
You didn't like the ice cream? I can't wait. It was so crazy. I was at Walmart the other day and they had clearanced out an ice cream bar and I was tempted to buy it because it's been so long since I've had one. I'm like, why are you doing that? Just go make yourself do it. But I'm always like, I have something else I want to put in there instead.
It's not that bad. It's just maybe because if anybody don't know this, when you have a trach, you can't smell or taste.
Oh.
And so from pretty much when I got sick in December to October, I believe, I didn't smell or taste anything. And then it finally started coming back. And now things like sweet tarts, I can't stand them. I have loved sweet tarts my whole entire life.
Oh, well, yeah.
Now I have to taste them again. I'm like, does that taste funny? So I don't know for sure if it's because the ice cream tastes normal, but I told my husband, I said, let's buy a new thing of ice cream because I like Rocky Road and it tasted so funny.
Oh.
And so I don't like mint chocolate chip right now either. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You would think that nothing would change, but it changes.
Huh.
Oh, you did like your freeze-dried celery, Melanie?
Okay, good to know. And I have not tried the taffy. I need to find the cones. I haven't found them local yet, and they're so expensive on Amazon. So I'm just waiting to see if next time I go to the city, if I can go to one of the bigger grocery stores and see if they happen to have it.
Yeah, but what size cones is that?
They're like super tiny. They're
I've never seen them in a store.
1.5 inches tall by 1 inch wide. They're not real big at all. They're like the ones that when we were kids, they used to give like free cones when you went. They're even smaller than those. Like you go to McDonald's. I remember taking the kids after swimming lessons and they could get a free cone and it was even smaller than that.
It's like, why bother, right?
Lucky for you. I'd have you ship them to me, but they'd probably crumble.
Yeah, the taffy is really good.
Yeah, I finally found my berries and cream taffy, so I'm excited about putting some of those back in.
See, I thought I would like the Jolly Ranchers and stuff, and I don't like the Jolly Ranchers either.
Okay, cool. Do what now about the Jolly Ranchers?
I don't care for the Jolly Ranchers either. It sticks to my teeth too much.
See, now if you do it right, they don't. They just kind of melt. But I find that Jolly Ranchers are very, very finicky. So I get them to where they are that still chewy to your teeth feel sometimes. But my trick is the middle 2 rows always do better than the top and bottom. I have the medium, so I have 4. And I find that Jolly Ranchers only put them in those 2 middle ones, and that helps. But they got to really puff up. Some people even preheat them in the oven first. And I'm like, that's too much work for me. I don't want to do all that.
Now, Milk Duds are awesome.
Oh, yeah. Or Reisons, or however you say them, Raisins, Reisens,
yeah,
or whatever.
I made some of those once.
Oh, those are good too. Yeah.
Chewy Sprees were really good.
Hey, Carolina.
Hi, Carolina.
Thank you. I did my shameless plug a little bit ago. I was like, everybody give me a thumbs up and share me out.
See, Carolina's got her freeze dryer now too.
She does. And she's been, if you've watched any of her videos recently, she just did one where she organized her freeze-dried foods on a new shelf she got for the back of her door. So that was cool.
I have too much freeze-dried stuff to put on.
Oh, well, it happens. Maybe that's where she'll keep her snacks. Maybe those will be her freeze-dried snacks at some point. I don't know. She's pretty good about using up her stuff that she gets. She's an inspiration.
I love freeze-dried onions, Carolina.
Me too. My favorite thing. And they don't smell up your house like when you dehydrate.
No.
I would wake up in the middle of the night when I was dehydrating and I'd be like, oh. I didn't dare play jalapenos or anything. Oh,
when I did my onions, I would warn my neighbors and I would put my dehydrator out in my shed
that's
because it
smart.
was so bad. Because I would do
Yeah.
all 9 trays, and
Now
that's just the way I do that.
I've not done potato slices in the freeze dryer yet. I'm sure they're wonderful, but I
Yeah.
do love them in the dehydrator. I absolutely love them. And I love canned potatoes. They're another thing where some people, the canned potatoes is a texture thing, and some do and some don't like them. I made canned French fries. I wish I
Mm.
would have thought to do a video. This was a long time ago. I didn't even think about it. But they air fry up in the air fryer so nicely. They're so convenient. You'd think they'd get soggy, but they didn't. I put pickle crisp in there. That was my trick. I don't know if that helped or not, but I did it.
You put what in there? Because you kind of cut out.
Pickle crisp.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's got another sciencey name, but
Now, did you dry
it's
can them, or did you put water in
no.
the?
Yep.
You dry canned them?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
See, I dry can
No.
somebody.
No, I put water in there.
Okay.
They were not dry canned. So you have to drain them
And
in a
pat them.
strainer and then pat them dry. And then you can either pan fry them or air fry them.
I have some that I dry canned, but I haven't ate them yet. I'm scared.
Yeah, that's
Like
kind of that's not one of that's one of those rebel ones that USDA does not say is
Yeah.
something that you want to try to do. So it is kind of scary doing those kind of things.
Yeah.
So
I only made like 2 cans of it, so I didn't make some big amounts. But people kept talking about the dry canning. I'm like,
yes, yeah, I know there was a huge stir or whatever you want to say. People were chitter chattering about it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm so glad that you have. Oh, you do them in the oven. I've never tried them in the oven.
On like a sheet though,
Probably.
because I don't think you would. You know what I'm saying? You'd want to.
Yeah, she probably puts them on like a cookie sheet.
Yeah. Like with something where air can get underneath. So it can get on
You
both
mean like
sides.
one of those? And Michelle, I can't find the comment, but you asked about whether dry canning is approved, and it is not.
No, it's
And I
not.
think we talked about it about the time you were typing. I didn't mean to ignore. I wasn't ignoring you. Okay, there you go.
Just
Just on a sheet pan. Renee, you might. I want to double check on that one to say for sure, because I was thinking if the potatoes were really small and a certain kind of skin that you could, but I always peel mine anyway. But especially when you're using big potatoes, but like the little tiny round ones, I can't say 100% one way or the other, but I mean, it's always safer to just peel them anyway, because you never know for sure what's on the skins. But I was thinking that I had read somewhere in the book, but I could be wrong.
They worry about botulism with that. Anything that grows under.
Okay.
Like carrots and
well, maybe that is
all
right.
that stuff.
I thought I had seen something kind of like Renee and I were talking one day about dry canning beans, that some are actually very dangerous to dry can, and I didn't even realize there was a difference between the different types of beans. So I thought maybe the potato skins. I thought I remember something, because I remember my mama having little potatoes, but I think they were peeled. So I don't know.
See, the thing is,
yeah, she just said that. So there we go.
Anything that, like I was talking to Melanie earlier about, what our grandparents did, they didn't have all the pressure canners back then and all that stuff. And everybody ate everything, back then. I mean, I'm not saying that that's safe, but you have to do what you feel comfortable doing.
Michelle says she's going to double check, and she will be on it. And if she doesn't get an answer for us today, she will have an answer for us. But yes, I think that tomato skins are okay. It's just kind of a texture thing. But I don't know. We just always grew up that you peeled them. but I don't think everyone does. Okay.
See, some people, they scrub them like that, and they have that thing that is in the 5-gallon bucket, and it cleans them really, really well. I don't know. I don't know for sure how much of it is Big Brother, and I don't know how much of it really is fact. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much stuff and it changes. I mean, you look at a bald blue book from 10 years ago, and it changes.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing too. The book was reading that about the different types of skins might have been an older book too. I agree. And I think it's a huge difference on whether you home grow something and it is a heritage or heirloom vegetable versus what they can grow in mass production. I think that probably the acidity levels are different in those kinds of things too. Yep. Oh, okay. There you go.
I love bruschetta.
I have not made it to can with.
I've only bought it from the store. I made some dinner.
I've made it fresh, but I've never canned it. I think Renee actually has a video on it, if I remember right. Renee, tell me if you do. And Renee is another mod, so you could put your link in there if you do your bruschetta video. I'm going to approach this one with your kitchen, your rules, whatever you're comfortable with.
But that's very true, Dark.
I'm not going to go out there and give advice to someone that can
absolutely not.
So I err on the side of safe if I am answering questions or things like that.
Your rules, your kitchen, you die, that's your problem. Well, not like that, but you know what I'm saying. I mean,
we hope not. Yeah. But I tend to I just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So let's see. We've talked about your collabs. We've talked about your garden. We've talked about your channel. Anything else going on in your world right now that you would like to share with us? Anything upcoming? Any little secrets that you have planned that you'd want to share? Any projects or anything?
Not that I could think of. Does anybody have any questions for me or anything?
Well, that's great. Yeah. And that's a great thing. This would be perfect time. We've got about 10, 15 minutes left here. And it'd be great to open up questions for Nessa on and maybe some videos that she's done or some videos you would like to see or collaboration.
Or if you have any suggestions. We're on almost an acre, Big Valley.
Ooh. Do you have any animals? Do you have chickens or anything? No. No. Okay.
No.
Not your thing.
I mean, people is going to say, "Oh, I can't believe that," but I'm really, honestly, not much of an animal person. I love them at somebody else's house, but my cat, like I said, we just put down my other cat about 2 months ago.
Back in February.
It's very difficult when they get old and they start getting sick, and it just breaks my heart. And when people say their chickens die and someone comes and eats their chickens, and I don't know if you know what I'm saying? I just can't. Yeah. I wouldn't want to walk out there one day and all my poor chickens are like dead, so I just, I would like to do my own chickens because I think that would be fun, but I don't think I can handle the death of my chickens, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I do. I get it. So I love that too, and that crispy with the olive, and I like to use sea salt. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's like
ginger. No, not 400 degrees, 350. Maximum 40 minutes. But if you're making it in that small pan, you need to start checking at 25 minutes because it'll get too dry on you. Okay, so she has a, did you say you made a small
I'll make
garden
a new
tour?
one now that it's not freezing outside.
Yeah, maybe when you go to plant some of your stuff or show
Yeah.
us where you're going to plant it or something.
Yeah. I've been trying
Yeah.
to do some garden updates in my little orchard out there. My husband got me some new trees for Mother's Day. So now I have like if that one apple tree does make it, I'll have 5 apple trees, 2 peach, 2 pear, 1 and 2
Nice.
berry. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Ginger, you'll be fine. I'm glad you went ahead and did that. I wondered when you said you might share it with some people if you might go ahead and do the big one. I would check it. Mine almost got a little dry and I did it like 40 minutes, but I was also sort of watching someone else's live while I was doing it, doing my video, because I'm supporting my friends while trying to get this done after I was at a baby shower afternoon. Multitasking, it's what we do. So it may have gone like 45 minutes, but I definitely would check it at the 30 to 35 minute mark. Just
Hi Natasha.
take a cake tester or a knife or something and make sure it's not doughy, because you want it to be a little soft and almost a little, you want it soft in the middle and then crunchy on the outside. I don't know. That's what
I've
we
never
like.
made that. I'm gonna have to make that. I saw that today. I'm like, I'm not a cinnamon sugar person, but that just always looks so good every time I see that.
Were your ears ringing? We were talking about you earlier. I hear credit goes to you for doing the thumbnails for her. Thank you. And welcome to the chat tonight. Glad you could be here. She's got a collaboration going on this month too, which I'm participating in. May it last.
Yep.
Okay. Look, Ginger, see, you don't have to worry about having too much. I mean, you've got all these people willing to sample it for you. And I missed this comment. I wanted to go back to it. You thought you had a dead chicken from drowning in the pool and couldn't do the deed. She ended up living. Thank goodness. Oh, good. Oh my gosh, animals are so resilient sometimes where you think. I was just with the vet. Okay, the vet came out today. And I've got a goat who is always just, the whole reason I took her is because she was the one that, nobody wanted because she wouldn't put on the weight. And, she was going to, I always go for the underdog. It's just what I do. I always take the ones that are on their last leg and I'm like, I'm going to help you. And she was one, and we were giving her a shot of vitamin B complex to just kind of give her a boost, and because we were worried about her. And all of a sudden she kind of laid down and I looked at him, I go, because I had him give the shot. The B complex was my stuff and I had drawn it and I was going to do it. But since he was there and I was holding her, I was like, do you mind just giving the shot? And he's like, yeah. And she kind of laid down. I go, oh no. I said, did we get it in the wrong place? Did we did it wrong? And he looked at me funny, and I go, in the vein. I'm always worried I'm going to get it in the vein, because it'll go straight through their heart and they'll die. And he goes, no, I just think she's being dramatic. And all of a sudden she got up and off she went. And I was like, I was like, well, it's like the death nap. You go out there and you think they're dead and they're just napping. They do that stuff to you all the way, all the time.
See, that's what, things like that, it would just, it bothered me too much.
Oh, I missed another one here.
Oh, that looks.
Thanks
See,
for
I've
coming.
never grown cabbage.
The Dante Wolf. Glad that you're here tonight. Let's see. We've got some more. She says, if you need a thumbnail, that's the thing that she enjoys doing. Awesome. I'm finally getting into it. I finally got Canva, and I'm so proud of myself. My video that's going to come out on Friday, I actually figured out how to do this little silhouette thing and pull myself off. I know, right? I am so not technical at all. And I'm like, how do I do this? How do I do this? Will I ever be able to do it again? I don't know. I may not be able to ever repeat it again, but somehow I did it. So I was like, well, for this video, I will actually have that. So that was fun. Now she's laying in happy again. Yeah, I had one that I brought in the house. It was in my husband's office living there. The dog had gotten a hold of her and I was like, oh, she's going to die. My friend came over and I was rocking it, and she's like, oh, this is pitiful. And she helped me. We doctored it up and she was laying eggs in the office. And I was like, well, I suppose you could probably go back outside now. You're probably okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, I missed this. A little K-Rose syrup, wrapped it in a towel and some cuddling, and she was good to go. Exactly. Yep. Oh.
So I still need to check out that Cabana, Natalie, Natasha. There I am calling you Natasha or Natalie again.
Oh, Pick Monkey and switched over not long ago. Not going back. Yeah, I've heard of Pick Monkey, but yeah, someone told me Canva. I'd heard it before, but I think Tony maybe told me that's what he uses because I always used Pick Collage or something like that, and it was not made to make thumbnails. It doesn't turn it into a PNG, so I was screenshot over screenshot over screenshot and trying to put it all together. Oh, so much more work. This is so much better. Yeah, Carolina. I tell you what, she and I actually, she's not with me any. She passed. But she and I became friends over chickens. I got my chickens from her and we became the best of friends. And actually that's how we have geese and peacocks and turkeys on my farm right now because she passed them on to my daughter. She was in the hospital and asked if she would take them. And anyway, so yeah, she said, I always knew you were like me when I came to your house and here you were rocking this chicken and holding it. She goes, I knew you were like me and you had a heart of gold. And that's when I knew we'd be friends. And we were until she took her last breath. We were best of friends. I do have another collaboration coming up with Limited Slots for June. I haven't published it yet, but it's called Jam in June focused on jams, jellies, preserves. There's also another one that's going on in June. Actually, it's called Jam It Up June. Kettle Kitchen, this will be his second year to put it on. And he's doing that one also.
One of those was canceled.
Just so that you know. No, Marmalade May was canceled.
Okay. I get myself all confused.
And Jarred Up July. He'll be doing those. Yep. I think Tony's the one that told me Canva. And I just do the free version. And you use Adobe Creative Cloud. Oh, cool.
See, I never even heard of that Adobe Creative Cloud.
Yeah, I don't know that I have either. Let's see where we are on time.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was gonna go look at something for whatever reason. I don't know. I just squirreled that thought, so it's gone. I do not know how to put this link other than it is. I don't know how to pin it or I don't know if I can copy and paste this. Oh, the dogs are going to bark again. I don't know, but this is Michelle's link, y'all. She, I know, is going to be leaving us because we are like 30 seconds in to be in the 1 hour mark. And so her live will be next. I don't know what her topic is this week. I don't remember, but make sure if you do go over there that you tell her you're bringing a love raid from the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Now let's see if I can shut that off.
That's about an hour, Carolina.
Yep, I was just getting ready to answer her. And I'm gonna I can't get to my comments. What am I doing wrong? There we go. Yes, I do about an hour. So actually we've hit our hour mark. But I'm going to be emailing you, and I want to talk to you a little bit about something. So be looking for that. Big Valley Living. So the one that just said bye, hugs, that is her channel. So Big Valley Living, Michelle and JJ do a Wednesday night hump day chat. Okay. So anyway, unless anyone has any questions for Nessa, I just gotta not say that. So sorry.
Whatever you want to call me.
Probably call you Vanessa for the rest of our friendship because it's ingrained.
It's okay. That's my legal name. So whatever you want to call me. Messy, messy, whatever. It's all good.
Don't get that in my head because then that's what I'll always call you. It'll be Nessie. Now you are Nessie.
People call me Nessie or the Loch Ness dragon before.
Oh no, those are childhood meanness. We hope we don't need that. So I think that we'll go ahead. I'm going to shut off the live, but thank you everyone for coming in, and thank you Nessa for coming in and letting me interview you and talk with you. I really did enjoy it. So bye, friends.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody that was here.
Yep.